Well, hello. Well, hello. Okay, I think I'm ready to start. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, I think I'm ready to start. Okay, yes, things are going well. Well, I will turn down my mobile phone, which is my very clever software that I use to view the stream chat, and instead I will say hello to all of you. How far through the stream am I? Only 2 minutes it took to get set up. That is not too bad. Well, the first thing I want to do today is just do a little bit more work on my tree, which at the moment is nice, but I've been thinking and it could definitely do with some improvement. And that is my first plan of action for today. I think the best thing to do is to build a couple of rings around the thing, just so that I can see what's going on from multiple angles. Because I don't want it to look nice, but I want it to look passable, which is all that you can really ask for in life. It's not strictly speaking true, but it's what I'm saying you can. Right, well, I'm expecting that this stream will go about the same as they normally do, so I will spend about 20 minutes waiting for somebody to turn up. Nobody will turn up, then I will just be starting to finish, and about 5 people turn up. Um, that's my plan. That's what I expect to have happen. Well, how are you, lack of people, doing today? I myself am doing all right. It was my day off university today. I don't have a set timetable, so my days off, if I have days off, normally I have about one day off. I think there's only been one, maybe 2 weeks that I've been in for every single day. So for the most part, university is very forgiving. Um, but still, not what was I even saying? I was basically saying that university is very good in terms of the fact that I don't have to always be in. And today, Wednesday, was one of my days off. That's what I was trying to say. And it's been a very nice day. It's been fairly productive. When I don't stream, it's because I don't think I've really had a good enough day to do it. Either that or I just don't want to. But for example, um, yesterday I thought would be a good day to stream, but I thought to myself, no, no, I need to do more work in the evening, and then I can call it a productive day. And I did do more work in the evening, and I did end up calling it a productive day, but it took longer. Um, Whereas today, I'm happy with how things have gone. I'm happy with how my studying for my assignment is doing, and so I don't feel as though I need to bother doing any extra work at around about 10 o'clock at night. Instead, I'm happy to give myself this. Will I call it a treat? I think I will. I enjoy myself this treat of doing a live stream. Right. Nearly got enough dirt. Is there any more dirt in my chest that I can... Oh, that is wonderful. Definitely getting used to these different mechanics, I've got to say, of always mining with the correct block. I'm getting all right at it. I'm getting quite good, I think. Well, I can take this dirt anyway. And this dirt here I can grab. Marvellous. Let's run around here and get these few bits of dirt. There we are, lovely. And I thought I'd need 3 rings, but I don't think I will. I think I'll only need the 2. It's good. It's good. What is there to talk about? I've not been watching Matters of Doctor Who recently. What was the last thing I watched? I did watch The Horns of Nimon, as I said I would. I think 2 streams ago, I said that I wanted to watch The Horns of Nimon, and I didn't watch it instantly. I was planning on watching it as soon as the stream finished, but I didn't get round to it. But I did end up watching the 4-parter. Oh, let me think. The next day, I went home from university to have my lunch. I watched parts 1 to 3 then, and then the next day after uni, I watched the final 4th part. And I've got to say, it's even better than I remember it. I know that The Horns of Nimon is far from being a fan favourite, but I really enjoy that one. And I think that this little bit goes up too high. I think I will stop it here. That's good. And I do not know how to build a tree. That's why I built it in the first place. Because I thought it would be funny. Thought it would be a bit of a laugh, as people might still say. I don't know. But I was looking at it, and I think it could do with just being connected up a little bit. Oh, come on. No, I didn't want to place you there. I'm going to have to use my little ring, aren't I? It's a good thing I built it. That didn't work. There we are. There, and then another block on top of there, I was thinking. There we are. That's good. That's good. That's not good. Well, my inventory was getting a bit full anyway, so it's a good time to eat a bit. But I just want to fill in a few more leaves over here. There we are, looking good. And then up top here, all this really and truly needs to be covered up. Like so, I feel. That's quite good. And then this bit of canopy can come out some over here. Like this. Nice. And then, in fact, that can go. This will go here. And then it can extend out all the way. Like this. And then meet up with this part of tree there. Very nice. I think it's looking a bit flat. We could do with having some more leaves. Very nice. See, this is looking like the top of a tree now. Very good. All right. Let's move down to my lower ring then in that case. In fact, let's just hop out of the tree entirely and take a look at how it is. So that is all right. There might be a bit much cobblestone up here. I might actually get rid of this block here and that block there so we can see a bit more of what's going on. And similarly, let's have that come out to here. How's this looking? It's looking all right. Why am I not using my dirt scaffolding ring that I've made? Right, let's have this come like so. And it's getting dark, so off to bed I go. Eventually this won't be my bedroom, but for now it most certainly is. There we are. This bed is occupied. Can I look at myself in third person when I'm asleep? Oh, I can't get out of bed. Okay. Well, that question won't be answered. There must be a way to get out of bed. Do I shift or something? I don't know. I do think that I might want to add in a few more branches because it's getting difficult to see my branches that I added in. And I like my branches. I placed them carefully. Right, let's just have a wander about. Oh, whoops-a-daisy. Right, let's do that. Or should that just disappear? Oh, perhaps that block can go down there. This block can go down there. Oh, no, I liked that. That'll stay like so. I think, yeah, that works. That works. I'll add in a few more bits of leaf up there, actually. Let's go and do that now. That hurt. Another bit of pork. There we are. And I need to remember to use these bloody rings that I've just built. That would be a productive thing for me to do. Well, there we are. Let's get rid of this pillar. There was somebody in a stream at the end of the last stream who wanted to play with me, which was absolutely lovely. And I've had a look, and sadly I can't work out how that's done. So I think if anybody asks to play with me, I'm going to say no. Not because I'm being rude, but because I don't understand how it works. And I said to that person, why don't you join my Discord server? And they did, and said, oh, I can help you. And I said, wonderful. And then they left. So it seems as though that isn't going to happen. So I think I'm happy with this just being a single player world. I think it'll be quite nice, actually. I think this might be a bit much. Yeah, and now we can see some more with the wooden planks. Right, well, I'll get rid of my first ring. Anyway, I won't get rid of this little bit so that I can still jump up onto here, should I need to. But I will get rid of the other three, well, two now, lines. And I suppose it's still three. Well as Doctor Who, I've been watching a bit of Grange Hill recently. Obviously, it's a massive cultural thing here in Britain, at least, if not around the world. I don't know. I don't know how big it is. I can't talk. I don't know how big it is in America or anywhere else. That doesn't matter. Um, but over here it's definitely a big thing. I believe. Oh, whoops! Didn't mean to do that. Um, I believe that it was a thing until 2008, and I was alive in 2008. So, unless that's completely wrong, I don't know. But I saw somewhere that that was the date it finished. But regardless, it's always just been a thing I've been aware of, but I've never bothered watching it or going into it until the last month or so, and I'm on season 2, and I'm enjoying it so far. I think there are a few important episodes. There's a really good episode. Well, not really good because it's Grange Hill. It's not fantastic, but as in the themes that they're covering are really good, especially for like the time when you think that this is late 70s in Doctor Who. At the time, we got Tom Baker and Lalla Ward being absolutely silly and stupid doing their season 17 stuff. Um, though actually in season 17, which I love, they have like the drugs episode, which is probably one of the most serious real life style episodes there are. But regardless, that's beside the point. The point is that it was quite a silly time. Um, and there were episodes about racism, which I thought, well, which surprised me for starters, but I thought was fairly well handled for the time. I mean, it wasn't great, um, and I wish that there were fewer, or maybe even no racial slurs, but the idea was there, and it was the idea that impressed me. Right, how does this look? I think it's curving around a little too much. Perhaps if I get rid of this and that. Yeah, I don't like that kind of lip over there. But as well as the racist episode, it wasn't only about racism, but there's this bullying, and that's the thing. The racism is shown to be bad, um, which is important because it was not always the case in the telly in the 70s that racism was shown to be bad. Think of Talons of Weng Chang, for example. Um, right, how does this look? That, by the way, is a Doctor Who story. If you want to wear that, still goes out a bit too much, I think. How does this look? I know I'm thinking far too much about this, but trees are not a thing that I build on a regular basis, so I'm having to think about it. Well, what else has there been? There was the episode. I can't think. Anyway, Doctor Who. What do I think about Doctor Who? Because I always talk about Doctor Who. There's nothing else to talk about. Well, as I said, I watched The Horns of Nimon, and I thought it was fantastic. Thought it was absolutely wonderful. I thought the humour was really good, really nice. What else did I think? My favourite scene was where we've got poor K9 and the Doctor in the TARDIS. They think that they're about to die, and unsurprisingly, they don't. In the end, but they think that they are about to die, and this, I mean, despite being a very silly scene, is played very straight. Um, and you've got the Doctor going, "Goodbye, K9. You were the best dog I could ever ask for," and pins onto the dog, the tin dog, rather than pins onto him, just hooks on his metal ear this like first prize um, badge. He just kind of whips it either out of his pocket, or perhaps it was on the TARDIS console. I can't quite remember, but it was just this quite ridiculous little scene, but I thought was hilarious. Romana's wonderful in the story. Um, I love Soldeed. He's brill. He's so over the top. But yeah, Horns of Nomon, I love it. What else was I? Yes, Grange Hill. Um, there's this story that I almost entirely love, but ended up really disappointing me. Um, and it was about this girl who was being followed home by this creepy man. Um, after these people, the children in the school, were warned about the fact that there was a creepy man going around chasing a girl. Um, and like the filming of it's really, really well done. This man just following it down this highway street. And when he ends up getting arrested, I mean the tension's built magnificently. Um, can shifting get me out of bed? No, it can't, but it can make me look at myself weirdly. Um, but yes, he follows it down the street. It's really well shot. The tension builds brilliantly. Um, and he goes in the car and he says, and apparently his story is that he's her dad, which is obviously ridiculous because her dad is dead. This is a fact that had been already established in the episode. Um, but then in the final scene, we have the fantastic teacher played by something Percival. Was it Christopher Percival, Benjamin Percival? I don't know. Um, but the teacher, the bloke who makes fun of the kids, and in a not in a horrible way, in a kind-hearted, jovial, Mickey taking kind of a way, um, is visited by the police guy, and is told that the the man was eventually caught, but it wasn't the man who was following the girl home that we've been following for the entire story. And in fact, the man following the girl home was her dad. And it all felt very soap opera and an absolute waste of an episode. Because up until that point, it had been so well done, and I'd found myself really impressed by the way that it had been shot and everything. And it felt like a massive undoing of that. But aside from that, I've been rather enjoying Grange Hill. I think it's alright as a TV show. Not fantastic, but I can understand why it's the, big cultural thing that in old clothes from the 60s and 70s for the most part. I like seeing the old fashion, and I enjoyed a scene, for example, where a mother is getting dressed. Not in a weird way, and she's already dressed, but just getting a coat on. And she does exactly what I do when I'm putting on my. You put the collar over the top, and then you kind of pop it over, and you definitely doesn't look symmetrical now. But this part